Hey everybody, welcome to Active Self Protection Extra. Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about kind of how to test things. And in particular, I'm doing some testing here on the Swamp Fox Arrowhead 1 to 10. Not ready to give you a full review, but I just want to show you the process today that I go through. Now again, should you trust everyone that gives you a review on a product? No, but I'm going to tell you about kind of my process and see if that helps you. Magtech has maintained their high quality during the ammo panic and ramped production to the max. Their ammo is the only ammo I run on the range because of its performance and reliability. I recommend Magtech wholeheartedly. Many thanks to C2 Tactical for letting me come out here because it's daytime and I want to get a little bit of low light shooting in, and this is a great place for me to do that. The reason that I want to do that is any optic, particularly a low power variable optic, but really any kind of magnified optic whatsoever, you really worry about light transmission and how much light is getting through the optic. So, when you're looking at stuff like this, one of the things that you're looking at is optical clarity for sure. You're also strongly looking at light gathering and how much light is coming through the optic at any given time. And the better the glass and the better it's arranged and the better the focal work is inside that, generally speaking, the more light it's going to let through, including the coatings on the lenses and all those things, and the aiming reticle and where it is and how it's manufactured. And so one of the things that I see all the time on these kinds of reviews is I see guys shooting them in bright daylight and they go, oh man, I can see through this stick very clearly. Well, of course you can, man. It's daytime. It's easy. You're on easy mode. I don't think that most people will shoot through these at night. At night, that's not a thing, right? You're not going to be shooting somebody in the dark because you have to ID stuff. But where I really think you start to see a difference and where I really kind of want to look through the optic is in what we call transitional lighting. So that's when we have dim light. That's when, again, if you're a hunter, I haven't hunted big game in a few years, but I love to when I get the opportunity. And that golden hour, that first hour in the morning before the sun comes up from like false dawn right up until sunbreak. And then that last hour after the sun sets and before it's truly dark, before civil twilight, then you get that idea of where you want to be able to see through your optic if you needed to. And that's what I want to look at today. It's daytime. So if I was out on a range, now I got to pay for a range at night and all these other things on my outdoor stuff. Or I could just come here and we've got a target set out at 25 yards and I'm just wanting to see what my optic ability to see light is. Now I've got two things here. Number one, we got a bunch of, illumination. We have a bunch of electric lighting. Well, guess what? Because I'm at the 338 Club and I'm here by myself, I can just turn it off and see what I see. Next thing that we have here is we have some light on the rifle. In particular, I am running now and also testing a Cloud Defensive Rain, which is 60,000 candela out the front in a very warm light. And so I want to see what kind of optical clarity I can get out of this when I am under those kinds of lighting conditions. Can I see well? So you can see my super bright shirt, but I'm not so sure you can see all the way down there. My Mark 1 Mod 1 eyeballs can just barely see a kind of a white target, but I certainly can't make anything out on that target. And so I just want to kind of put the optic on it. I've got it cranked up to 10 magnification because I want to just see what it looks like in kind of its worst case scenario. Then we'll turn the light on, we'll do some more. All right, I'm in the optic. I can see, actually, I have enough light here to see the target and to see the black and the red card. I can't see the numbers on any of the other cards. I don't know if that's my vision or not. I can read the word caution. That's pretty good in my opinion. I'm gonna turn my light on, see what that does. Oh my. Okay. All right, my light's on. All right, now with 60,000 candela on it, I can see all the numbers on the cards. I can see the suit too. I can see the little hearts. I can read all the words at the top of the screen. So that much lighting, I can see everything at 25 yards. Again, all the way down to the numbers on the cards and all that stuff. So great optical clarity at that level. With almost no lighting on it, I mean, just the dimmest of light out there in a dark place, those things, it's a white target for sure. I could definitely see the red card and the black card. I could see that there were other shapes, but I could not read them. But in that low of lighting, I think that's not bad. I could definitely kind of discriminate shapes, darker from lighter, those kinds of things. As soon as I put my white light on it, got that up there, I could literally tell which suit. And now again, I'm on 10 magnification here. That's pretty big deal. Now let's take it back to one magnification and I'll give you another thing. I tried to get some pictures through my iPhone. It's just not gonna do it, guys. I've got the light on here, so I think you can see all the way down there at the end of the range. You can probably see the target. Now I'm gonna turn the lights off and see if we can see it. Now, here I am here. So I can see the entirety of the white target. I can see the whole white target pretty easily here. You know what I can't see though? I can't see my reticle at all because I have a black reticle. Now let's see if now I know this optic has an illuminating reticle, but I brought it out here and I haven't installed the batteries in that, so it's not working. Okay, now, I mean, I've got perfect vision on things. I can see through this optic beautifully. Yeah, I've got great vision here. Check your optics in that transitional light. I think that where the difference in cost of optics really starts to kind of come to light is when we start looking in these kinds of lighting conditions. So it's something that for your low power variable optic or your high power optic, you know, if you're doing hunting, those kinds of things, man, don't just look through the glass when you've got bright sunlight overhead. Look at it in those transitional times when you have to illuminate with your defensive light, those kinds of things, and make sure you can see it and see it well. I think that's an important part of testing. And that's kind of some of what I do is I'm just testing through a piece of equipment, is looking at it in kind of the worst case scenarios of its use and the edges of its use case. So then that way I can see, is this something that I would use? Or is it something that I would trust my loved ones' lives with? And if it is, well, then I'll recommend it to you guys. If it's not, then I feel like my responsibility says I can't do that. So far so good on this one. Well, we still got more testing to do.